talking about the festivals, which is the last thing we mentioned. So, it talks about Shavuos, counting the Emor. It talks about Passover. Ari's multitasking, so we're not really
he's a
multitasking. Yeah, he's a multitasker.
We're not
not only multitasker, but he's also like, he does multi things.
He's a multitasker.
Yeah, he's like a lawyer, and he's like a sommelier, and he sells wine, and he imports wine, and he does programs and events. He's
working it.
He's the man. Ari is the man, and that's why a lot of people deal with Ari when they buy wine. They call Ari, they email Ari, they text him, they chat him, and they get good recommendations.
He answers very quickly. I see on the chats. It's very quick.
Ari's the man. So we're not holding him hostage, but for everyone else watching or watching this later, the festival. So we talk about Shavuos, counting the Emor. We talk about Passover. We talk about Rosh Hashanah. We talk about Yom Kippur. All those things. Bad connection, but hello, hi. All those things that are in this week's Parsha. So we've done this before because Pesach. I think it's this portion that we read on Pesach as well.
Correct.
And
a portion of this portion.
The portion of this week's Torah portion. And for Pesach, we said, hey, let's go with the Festa. We saved the bottle, but this is the one we did for Passover in connection with this week's Parsha. So this one's the Moscato. But for this week, now that we're covering the festivals again, we're doing a slight variation, and we're doing the Rosa.
That's mostly because it's the time to drink rosés,
and it's rosé season, exactly. So festivals are discussed. Festa. Yeah, it's celebrating. It's a festivus for the rest of us. Why don't we give it a taste? And basically, that's what we're doing. We're being festive, and we're drinking and enjoying. I didn't really chill this before we started today, so.
But you should chill it.
It should be chilled.
Yeah, get a little.
Unfortunately,
we can pop a couple of ice cubes in it, just like
the bottle. We could. That's right.
Pop a couple of ice cubes in it.
Why don't we do that?
I'll get some ice cubes.
Yeah, we got ice cubes here. So Isaac is the go-to man for ice cubes in your wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just pop them in.
There we go.
Get a little chill going here. This wine is this is a fun wine. So you're not buying this as like a serious wine, drink and sip and discuss it. This is a wine, and it's priced as such. It's like $10, under $10. The idea is you want to have fun. You want to crack open a bottle.
And by the way, it's a low alcohol content, so 6%. you don't have to think like I'm going to get drunk 6%. Drinking too much of it. I think it's 5. Is it 6?
6, yeah. So lots of fun, and we're drinking wine with ice. I think it's the first here.
Well, iced wine. Here we go.
Yeah, we'll make a bracha. Sweet, delicious, easy drinking, fun.
Definitely easy to drink.
It's a festival wine.
Exactly. You know what? I use
it for picnics and going out in the summer on a hot day.
It's also, it's a little different. Not really but definitely for Kiddush. This is I use
easy
this
for the 4 cups.
I use this for Pesach for the 4 cups.
A lot of people use this for the 4 cups.
My family loves it.
Yeah,
they like it.
I have a few cases at home, and guests love it. It's a very popular wine, very easy drinking wine. I'll drink this, but I also like more reds during my meal, some whites, less so, but whites I drink as well. And I'll always have this stuff out because not everybody likes the dry wine. So this is
when people call me to get wine and they want it for a party or whatever it is, you always have to have options for.
Festa is a fiesta. That is correct. It's an Italian wine, so we didn't say fiesta, but we went with Festa, which I think is the Italian for the same thing. So
you just want to have options for people that are drinking
that want something light. Exactly. Yeah, this is just enjoyable. My kids love it too. If they were able to drink wine, they would love it.
My kids as well love it, and they're not old enough yet to have it. But if they were old enough, they would have it.
This is good. This is perfect. All right, so that's the connection. That's the wine. We don't have. We have a lot left, but we don't have a tremendous amount because this wine goes very fast. We stocked up on it.
Yeah.
But I think we sold thousands of bottles of this in the last couple of months.
Yeah,
I don't know, 3, 4, 5,000.
Well, I bought some.
So that definitely put us over the top. But this is it's probably if not our number one seller, it's up there. It's huge, and it's mevushal.
Yes.
So you can take it out to the park and stuff. Just, I mean, in terms of legalities of that, I don't know, but where it's allowed.
And take an ice bucket with you.
Take an ice bucket or ice cubes, and this is good. It's really good with ice. All right, so that's Parshat Emor. Next week, we will be discussing, and I know there's quite the dichotomy here. We will be discussing this following wine, which is another wine from Shiloh. We've had quite a few wines from Shiloh, but some of the names just lend themselves well to the themes of the Parsha, so it makes my job easier coming up with this stuff. This wine is part of the Heroes Edition, 6th-year harvest. This is the Ariel. There's the Yoshaphat and Abraham as well. If you were watching our Instagram channel over the summer, you would have met via Instagram Yoshaphat, who's the farmer, grape grower for some of the grapes that Amichai uses. So anyway, it's a tribute to those grape growers who...
Actually, I'm excited about. I haven't had this wine in. We had a meeting with
Amichai.
With Amichai, like almost. It was probably 2 years ago already.
Yeah,
and that was the last time I had this. That's when the one
that's when he was releasing it.
Just released, yeah.
2 years or 3 years. Yeah, time flies, man. So yeah, this is a 2014 vintage. So maybe
turns out I don't think Eli Shiran likes ice in the wine.
Ice and wine. Whatever next. Ellie, this is a sweet wine. It's like a Moscato. We don't put ice in your wine.
Well, I might. I don't know. If it's a good rosé, I'll put ice in it.
Well, last year we had the rosé, the 2017 rosé. That was good. I would have not. I just drink it chilled, but because the ice dilutes the wine.
That's but you know happens. What I find that I found last night was really the first time I've done this. Mm-hmm. Is that if I'm drinking it at dinner, I don't necessarily need to get it. If I'm drinking it for the event, it's not necessarily because I want to...
Right, and to each their own, exactly.
You drink it pretty quick.
It's not that much dilution. If you're a real wine snob like Ellie, then you don't put ice in your wine. And if you're a real not snob like you and I, then you put ice in your wine and you continue drinking it, even after it's dissolved.
Exactly.
So, next week we'll talk about that Shiloh wine. Ellie says it's good, so next week when I taste it, I'll have to, kind of agree, or else I'm disagreeing with one of the big names in kosher wine.
I'll tell you, by the way, during the times of the Gemara, the wine was so thick they used to have to cut it with water.
They had to dilute it.
So this
then it depends how many lugim you had and how much you could dilute it in order for it to still be good for Kiddush. These days, I don't know if it's the same measurements, but you probably also can't dilute it too much. But it's probably different.
Could be. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I like it with ice. I like the clink in the glass.
And to each their own. You drink the wine the way you like it. Don't drink it the way someone else likes it, because if you're not enjoying it, it doesn't help that it's good wine. You got to enjoy it the way you like it. So to all those of you who have your festas at home, don't forget to serve at the Shabbos, connection to the Parsha, and wishing you a good week, a good Shabbos, and hope to see you next week. L'chaim. Lihitraot. Sorry if we forgot to mention anything else.